Hello, I'm at the Museum of Nature and we're here for a very special exhibition, and I'll be speaking with Isabel Corriveau, who's the Director of Content and Digital Strategies. So Isabel, this is really a very exciting exhibit. Where did it begin?
So it began with the David Suzuki Foundation. So in fact, this is representative of the first edition, the inaugural version of what's called the Rewilding Arts Prize that the David Suzuki Foundation gave out for the first time in 2023. And there were 550 applicants to this prize, and a very incredible esteemed artist jury peeled through those applications and really brought forth the most 13 stunning artists that are the winners of this arts prize. And so this exhibition presents the works of those 13 artists.
So they come from different backgrounds?
Different backgrounds from coast to coast to coast of Canada. Some of them are not even professional artists. They're scientists, some are established artists, some are emerging, some dapple in this as a passion. And so we really have a full horizon. Some of them work in photo, video, collage, installation. It really is an incredible diversity.
And we will take a look at some of them closer. So this exhibition is on how many, like every year? Is it annual?
It's the first time, so it's the inaugural prize. This exhibition will be on show until September 8th, 2025. So we've got roughly just under a year, anyone who wants to come and see it.
Does it move from here?
No, for the time being it will stay here, yes.
Yeah. And in future, will there be more exhibitions of this kind?
We'd like to hope so. No announcements to make yet.
So if it does happen, I guess anyone can actually apply.
Yes. So when the David Suzuki Foundation is thinking about what is the future of the prize, and when they do emit that next call for proposals, anybody can apply, yes.
Yes, someone who has a passion for the environment.
The environment, for the dialogue between art and nature, yes, more than welcomed.
Yes, well, let's go over to this photograph of the base of a tree.
Yes.
It's really interesting, this stump, because someone else also took the same idea of a stump of a tree. So let's speak about this one first. It looks like there's a type of poem.
There is, and the idea, and like you mentioned, what's really interesting about the exhibition is that a lot of these artists, there's a really interesting dialogue that's created between them. So two artists did in fact touch on the subject of clear cutting. And what's interesting is that art often permits us to broach some of these difficult conversations, to talk about climate change, to talk about deforestation, biodiversity loss. And these two artists have chosen to do that. Kendra Fanconi here specifically, looks at a clear-cut tree stump and hopes that it will be re-inhabited by bears and that they will create a den for it, and tries to create that space and place for that to happen.
This also is another stump, and it's particularly interesting for its size as the other one, because we have the artist standing upon it to show the magnitude of the tree.
That shows the human scale, right? That shows, like you said, the magnitude of the tree that is estimated by Lara Sermon, the artist, to be roughly 500 years old by counting the rings. And the point Lara's trying to make is that, one, this should be banned. And two, it's also a pretext for her to speak to the underground network of trees, what she calls the wood wide web, and to really explore that language and that ecosystem that trees have amongst themselves.
Yes, that's extremely important. And beside you, we have another stump, which is really interesting, isn't it? To have these three stumps ideas appear in this exhibition.
And this really is expanding around that forest floor ecosystem, right? And everything that happens really at the base of a tree.
And all the fungi that live on the floor.
Yes.
Yes, so another very interesting piece is the bear at the end. this piece is really interesting because it actually depicts a polar bear.
Yes.
And it's made up of many different snowflakes.
Yes. So Janice Wright-Cheney, who's the artist, really worked on, these are crochet snowflakes. She also uses Epsom salt and crystals to create this outline of a polar bear. And it really is a comment on what she calls unwilding. And she is making reference to a specific bear that was taken out of the wild and brought into captivity in a zoo. And for her, that really is that act of unwilding. And we kind of need to reverse that in our practices.
Yes, it's a rather hurtful practice.
It is.
And with climate change, and the species are perhaps endangered at this time. But this depicts also the creativity of the artists who are showing in this wilding exhibition.
Absolutely, and the uniqueness of each animal. By using the snowflake, it's a reference to how unique it is, but also how fragile it is as well.
Yes, it definitely expresses that, and you can see the passion that the artists do have in this project. All we have to do here is just look above, and this probably is thoughts of autumn, which we have outside at the moment with all the leaves.
So this installation by Amanda McCaver is in fact 532 suspended poppies. So she's created a cloud of poppies. And Amanda really wanted us to see the positivity in nature, to be inspired, to be awed, but also to comment on that fragility. We know the poppy is a very fragile flower, but she creates the poppies in a more permanent way, really to show us of that beauty and that sustainability of nature as well.
Let's speak about this piece, Isabel. It's
Yes.
very interesting as well.
It is. So Angela Marsh has used recuperated bubble wrap. And what she's done, in fact, is she's gone on to what's called la friche. So she's gone on to these urban environments where various species are thriving, it's what we might call weeds. And she's really taken some of these specimens and she weaves them into the bubble wrap. So it's a very intricate textile work. And we've taken inspiration from Amanda's work to actually create an activity that we're going to be offering to our public. So until December 8th, every Thursday evening, every weekend, this is a drop-in activity. It's free, it's part of general admission. We supply all the materials. The public is invited to create their own hope capsules and mend nature and to really create these bubble wrap creations and environments.
Yes, it's very important to have hands-on.
Yes.
Because then it sets a pattern in your mind. It makes you aware and makes you think, as does this whole exhibition. So the exhibition is here at the Museum of Nature and it's running, as you mentioned before, till
September.
next year.
Yes.
And I'd like to thank you very much, Isabel, for spending time with us today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My name is Isabelle Corriveau. I'm Director of Content and Digital Strategies at the Canadian Museum of Nature. And this is Rewilding the David Suzuki Foundation Arts Prize until September 8, 2025.
This is Barb Gray at the Museum of Nature signing off for CKCU.